how's it going? Zeus here, and I have a question for you guys. Should you start collecting PC games? But first, I want to thank you guys. I have reached over 100 subscribers, and that is all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for that. Also, I appreciate your comments as well. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And again, thank you so much for your support. All right, let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it started. Now, you guys might have heard PC games are not as valuable or don't hold as much value as console games. And I'm here to tell you that for the most part, yes, that can be true, but everything is changing. And the reason why things are changing is because since we are slowly getting rid of physical media, the prices on all these games here are gonna go up in value, and especially games that you can't get on any digital distribution. You can get a pirated version, you can get a torrent, but I mean, come on, you don't want to deal with all those nasty viruses. Me personally, I don't trust them. I don't use them. If that's your thing, hey, it's your thing. So collecting PC games can be fun, and also it can have its benefits. I mean, let's take a look at Rockstar here. Right now I have the trilogy on physical media. I don't have to worry about the servers going down or anything like that, so I can just put these on my computer and run them and play them. I mean, I prefer these instead of the what they gave us, that lazy version of the updated, so-called updated graphics GTA trilogy that was released last year. My goodness, talk about lazy. That was lazy, crappy, and full of bugs. But if you had a Steam version before that happened, then you can download the games directly from Steam. You'll still have a copy. I don't have to worry about that because I have all three of them, physical copies, and I can just enjoy them anytime I want. Let's get started really quick with our first thing that I want to talk to you about, and that is gameplay. These old classics have so much gameplay, so much uniqueness. I love the 2000s of PC games. That's when I really got into it. Early 2000s is probably the golden age of PC gaming. It was just so creative. All these companies were competing for greatness. They were not competing to get the game released all buggy and with glitches and unfinished games. No, they were not competing with that. They were competing for greatness. Let me tell you, they did. Oh, sorry, I don't know what this is doing here. Let me put that away. They did pretty good. They just came up with so many awesome games that they will give you a completely different experience. That's a pretty good option why you should go back to these classics and just try them and give them a try. Okay, so the next thing why you should collect them is the presentation. And what I mean by presentation is just look how beautiful these boxes are. Look at this. Now, this may not be a very good example of a game. I mean, this game had its problems, right? But I mean, look at this beautiful box. The presentation is just so freaking awesome. It's just so cool, so nice and artistic. Here's Dungeon Lords. Look at this steel case. Take a look at this box right here. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that something right there? This one's pretty old, retro, big time. SimCity 2000, beautiful box. Here's the Matrix, another amazing box. Look at this. Here's another game. It has that embossing. I mean, look at that. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is basically you are holding history in your hands. Nothing beats having a physical version of these beautiful classics. That's something that a download screen will never get you. Back then, when we purchased a PC game, it came with so much goodies in it. We just felt like we were getting our money's worth. We were definitely getting our money's worth. Most of my collection is from the early 2000s. I do have older games, but not as much as I want. And part of that is because I used to have more PC games, and what happened is when Steam came around, I started getting rid of a lot of my boxed PC games. I shouldn't have done that. I just wish I wouldn't have done that. I would have a lot more PC games. When we started going digital, my mindset, like everybody else, was like, you know, what do I need all these games on the shelf for if I already have it on digital? And now looking back, I'm like, man, I should have kept those games. So if you have old PC games, make sure you research them, because a lot of those games can go for a pretty penny online. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is profit. Yes, you can make money with these. And yes, right now, PC games, you can find them at the Goodwill. Here's a perfect example of what I found at Goodwill. Look at that, $1.29. All right, this game, I looked it up on eBay, and it's sold for $15. Yes, you can make a buck, but I'm not planning on selling these games anytime soon. Maybe in the future if I have to, but I really don't want to, because I just enjoy collecting these games, and it's just something that I just love doing. You should look into your PC game collection if you have any, because games like Neverwinter Nights, Diablo 2, Resident Evil, which came out on the PC as well, the Elder Scrolls Arena, I mean, all these games go for thousands and thousands of dollars. I think Elder Scrolls Arena is like over $2,000 right now. Man, if you have a copy of Ultima, we're talking about $5,000, $6,000, maybe $9,000 there. There are other games like Darkseid, Diablo 3 collector's editions. They go for about $300, $400. So if you do have those games, man, just hold on to those, or if you want to sell them, go for it. You know, you do what you wish. But perhaps, you know, you don't have games from the 80s or 90s, because that was just, you know, long ago. These games from the 2000s eventually are gonna be valuable, and you don't want to regret that. I would encourage you to keep them and start collecting them. You can find them at the thrift store, because they are so affordable, and most thrift stores, they don't give them the value. They just think that they are not worth it. That's why you find them for so cheap, because they say, oh, it's just a PC game, you know, whatever, and they slap on a cheap price. And then the console games, you know, yeah, like at Goodwill, they want $9, $10, $12, $15 for a stupid console game that's not even, it's not even going for $5 on price charting, which is ridiculous. But then again, that's an opportunity for you guys to go out there and start collecting these. See, look at that. And look, you can find, look at this one, $2.29. So if you're in it to make some money, some profit, so I suggest you start collecting now. And then something else that really sucks is when they delist games. There's been times when I put games on my wish list on Steam when I have enough money, or when there's a sale going on, I can go back and just purchase the games. I go back and I find out that they've been removed and they've been delisted. Man, that's one of the things I really hate. And you gotta keep in mind that a lot of these companies, they make new contracts, they make new deals, and then because of that, they tell digital distributors that they can no longer sell their game. All right, let's talk about some of the negatives that comes with collecting PC games. One of those negatives is space. You're gonna need space for all these games. So if you're already collecting retro games, then you know how much space they take. Taking on another collection, in this case PC games, so that's something you want to consider. If you don't have the space, perhaps you can start a small collection. So space is definitely something you do want to consider when collecting just about anything that is physical. And in this case, physical PC games do require a lot of space. Another negative is obviously you're gonna need money to start collecting these. The good thing is that they're very affordable. You're not gonna spend a small fortune collecting these games. Like you saw here, this one's going for $2.29, and then this one's going for $1.29. So you're not gonna spend that much money. Obviously, you require money to purchase these. So yeah, money is something else that you definitely wanna consider when starting a physical PC collection. All right, so another downside is that a lot of these games will run pretty good like on a Windows XP machine, you might want to get yourself, or if you're getting into DOS gaming, you might want to get yourself an older computer. And the downside to that is that, well, you have to be somewhat techie. You at least have to know how to fix bugs, repair parts, or upgrade parts, or so on. But you have to know what you're doing. That's something else that you might want to consider. Now, if you're not gonna play these and you just want to have them on display and, you know, show it to friends, and that's all good, and you don't have to play them, that's fine. But if you're planning on playing, I mean, some of us have an old PC somewhere in the corner running Windows XP with a CD drive or a DVD drive, and it's not even connected to the internet. So that's definitely a thing right now. There is a retro PC gaming community out there. That's something you definitely have to consider as well. You gotta be somewhat techie. And the last thing that is a negative, and you definitely gotta watch out for, is scams. All right, there's a lot of websites out there that show you pictures and they tell you, oh yeah, these are original and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They are not. They are getting creative. Some of these games look so much like the originals. They are asking for a lot of money and people are getting scammed. And these idiots are just out there trying to get your hard-earned money. Now, this is your hard-earned money. So I don't want you guys getting scammed. Be careful out there. Make sure that you're getting exactly what you're asking for, especially with the old DOS games. I mean, you gotta watch out for those, all right? And really quick, guys, I just want to show you my all-time favorite PC box, which is actually not really a box. This is the PC version of San Andreas. So you have the CD holder all the way on the back. This is an actual book. Look how creative this is. You open it up, you have the map. Look at that. And you have full color manual. So cool. Let me know if you guys have this version, because this is hands down my favorite. If more PC games came like this, wouldn't that be something? That would be so cool. It's very convenient. It's small. It just fits. Imagine having all these PC games just with a nice book. I love it, man. I just love this. And this is my favorite one of all time. I mean, I know I've seen really nice ones, right? There's so many nice ones, but this one definitely takes the cake, man. So that's it, guys, for this video. Let me know if you're planning on collecting PC games. It is an awesome hobby. It's exciting, and I really enjoy it. So I just want to say thank you for all your support, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and also hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when I upload a new video. All right? Okay, guys, take care. Bye.